After 80 plus chapters, it is finally revealed. We now know what is in the basement. It is the question that has driven this series for many, many months. Many years. It's driven this series. Many of us fans have wanted to know what the hell is in the basement. What is in Aaron's basement? We got the answer. Now, before I dive into that, just in case you clicked on this video and you are not up to date with the manga and you don't want to be spoiled, I recommend you to leave this video. I mean, you shouldn't have clicked on it to begin with, but if there is an off chance you clicked on it and you don't want to be spoiled, I recommend you to leave now. I give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. It is revealed that what was hidden in the basement was information on how the civilization outside of the walls is actually way, way more advanced than what we have in our 3 walls. For instance, as far as we can see right now from the information we can gather with the ending of the chapter, is that the civilization outside of the walls is at the very least 19th century civilization. They have pictures, they have cameras. Now, we don't know exactly how advanced they are past that point, but at the very least, we now found out that humanity has not been wiped out. The entirety of the beginning of the series of finding out that humanity is pretty much gone extinct, the last remaining survivors of all of humanity is in these walls, that's what we always believed. And then we found out about there was these certain humans that were Titan shifters, they were coming in the wall, they were attacking the wall. We were assuming the reason why they were doing that is because they wanted to either take down the wall so they can get inside and take over, or something else was going on. But we've known about this other civilization, we just thought they were kind of primitive, or people that were not as advanced as the people that were inside of the wall. But that is completely wrong. We come to find out now with this chapter is that there is people, a lot of people, like majority of humanity is outside of the wall, and they're fine. They're completely fine, and they're going on with their lives, and they're advancing civilization like it's nothing. So then a new question pops up. What the fuck is going on here? Why are these certain amount of humans, a good chunk of humanity, or a lot of people, are in these walls and surrounded by Titans, and why is the walls filled with Titans? I mean, what is going on here now? That is the big question, because now that we know that there is a big civilization out there that is still alive and way more advanced, and they're completely fine, what is going on here? Why did, Titan shifters decide to attack the wall? Why? What's going on here? So, I have a couple of theories and guesses. Something that's kind of crossed my mind a long time ago, certain reasons for this, or maybe the reason why they want to take down the walls, and I'm probably not the first to ever think of this. But after this chapter, it pretty much lets us know that majority of humanity, I think, that's in these walls are probably experiments. Like, you have it to where everybody that's locked in these walls, okay, like, Aaron and all of them, I feel like at one point in time, a long time ago, generations ago, you had to where, like, there was some form of experiment that went wrong, caused the Titans to happen or whatever, or maybe there's a 4th wall somewhere out there, not trying to do a pun and breaking the 4th wall, but maybe, like, there is a 4th wall way out in the distance, out of the 3rd wall, and it's like an enclosure, an entire enclosure, like a zoo enclosure, and it completely blocks off all of the Titans, and this entirety of this land is actually just an experiment to see how they can mess with genetics and stuff and make it to where they can make Titans, control Titans, Titan shifters and stuff like that. And when you think about it like that, it's really possible, since we now know that there's advanced civilization out there, majority of all this what's going on now in these walls could just be an experiment, a war experiment, just trying to, like, upgrade technology, see how humanity kind of evolves while they're in captivity like this, surrounded by Titans. I mean, maybe that's what this entire experiment was for. Maybe that is what's going on here. Or, another theory, what if all of the humans in this area, in the walls and stuff, are contaminated? What if they're contaminated with some form of virus or disease, bacteria or whatever, that could literally kill everyone if they were to go back into normal society, which is the reason why they're closed off and locked up. But then you bring up another question is, why did Titan shifters, like someone like Reiner and them, why did they come out of nowhere and start attacking the wall? Like, what is going on here? Did they want to add some form of strife or, some form of things to go on here where humanity was pushed once again and they might have to evolve or something? I mean, all of this most likely is an experiment or something's going on here. There's only two things I think it could possibly be. Either some form of virus or bacteria is in all these different humans like Eren and stuff, and they can't leave and go out to normal civilization, or B, you have it to where this is an experiment just to see how maybe humanity could evolve. And they're stuck in the wall like guinea pigs. That's exactly what it is. So one or the other is going on here, that's what I think, but the reveal though, holy shit. Holy shit, the information of this chapter, it really just starts making you think about what direction the series is going to go from this point onward. But leaving that, okay, let's push that aside. Let's talk about something else in this chapter that I really just want to just commend. Levi. As always, Levi is probably one of my personal favorite characters in this series, besides Sasha and also Mikasa. I love Mikasa, but I love Levi too, and when it comes to the male side of the spectrum of, you know, the series. And Levi is just such a fucking badass. He's a badass. We've known he's a badass for a very long time. But what he did in this chapter was literally us. He was channeling the fan base when he did what he did in this chapter. Not once, but twice. And, you know, even some smart-ass remarks he did to Eren and Armin in this chapter, it was pretty much fucking badass. He just had some really good lines in this chapter. Like, he was just completely done with Eren's shit. He's like, I'm fucking done with you. That's kind of how he was acting. He's like, I'm just so fucking done. I don't give a shit. He was just being such a badass in this chapter. Like, let's talk about one of the moments. One of the biggest moments of this chapter is when Eren and them finally get to the basement. It's something we've always wanted to know, which I've already talked about. And they got to the door to where they were going to use the key that Eren has held with him for a very long time. When he finally gets there to put it in, he realizes it's not the right key. It cannot fit in there. Now, we all assume maybe something could happen. Maybe, like, the basement was completely crushed, or maybe the, you know, keyhole was rusted or something and the key wouldn't work. Something along the lines of that. But we never would have thought it would have been a different type of keyhole. And when you see it to where Levi was just sitting there behind him, he's like, fuck that shit, get out of the fucking way, Eren. And he just shoves the door in. I'm like, bro, I'm so glad Levi is here. Like, he's not dealing with this shit. Like, he is just so fucking done. He's like, I am done. I am not waiting any longer to know what the hell is in this basement. Let me just shove this fucking door in. I don't give a shit. Just seeing the way he did that was just... that was us, the fan base. Like, we're done. No more stalling. Let us see what's inside. And the way Levi did that, that was us, the fan base. And then after that, after searching through the room and all that, you have it to where, like, Eren and all them are like, it just looks like a normal room. Medical supplies, different things, medical books and stuff. Just research, normal stuff you would see. And they're like, it's probably just a fake and all. Levi's like, it's a fake. It's definitely a fake. If it, you know, Erwin was here, he'd instantly know that this room was just set up to look like this. I mean, Levi was just gushing out salt, man. This man was salty as fuck in this chapter. And then finally, when they got to the desk and they found the keyhole, you have it to where they open it up and it's a blank drawer, and Eren's like, it's completely empty. And he's like, asshole, look under it. It's a fake freaking bottom. Lift it up. And I'm like, yo, this man is just straight up being savage in this chapter. This man is just so mad. Like, you know, this man is just beyond pissed after all the events that's happened in the recent chapters, the way he was just acting. He's like, it's a false damn bottom. Just open it up. And then you just the way you see, I'm like, yo, Levi, my boy, just too good stuff, just way too much good stuff. Now, besides that, okay, besides the great moments of that, we also have it to with the Armin stuff, so let's talk about that details right there. So, majority of the first half of the chapter is kind of like thinking back on all the events that's went down. It's kind of letting Armin know what has happened, what happened after all these certain people have died, how many people are left, and we now know that there's barely anyone left alive in the Survey Corps, that there's barely any left. And the numbers had dwindled quite a bit after all that has happened. And we get to see a little bit of Sasha's condition in this chapter. She's pretty damn hurt. She's still conscious, so to say. She's not dead, but apparently her wound is pretty damn serious according to what, you know, Armin said in this chapter. But it's nothing bad to where she's, you know, going to die this second. So she's fine, but she's pretty damn hurt. And if I had to point anything out, she looks like she's had a rough time. I mean, just look the way she looked in this chapter. Holy shit. But, speaking of the way she looked, did anyone notice that the art in this chapter looked off? Now, I'm not saying it was horrible. Like, I mean, a long time ago, Attack on Titan did have some kind of art. Just gonna be honest, okay? And then the art eventually became a hell of a lot better. There was a lot of details added, and it looked just so much smoother. But when you see this chapter, I felt like there was something off with the art. I don't know if it's just me, maybe I'm seeing things, but maybe it's the scan quality, I have no idea, but the way it looked like the art was off. Like, the way the drawings were or whatever, it just looked very off to me, and hopefully I'm not the only one that noticed how off the art looked, especially Sasha. Like, I didn't even realize that was Sasha until it was actually said. I'm like, that's fucking Sasha? I didn't even realize it was. I mean, she's been through a lot, but I was just like, whoa. And then Mikasa and also Eren and all that, they looked really off as well. Like, in some of the panels, I'm like, what the hell's with the art? So, I mean, maybe just me, maybe it's just been a while since I've read Attack on Titan, since it's a monthly series, and just, you know, the art just, you know, it comes at me, I'm like, oh shit, it's just so different from normal manga read. Maybe that's it, but it just felt like the art was off. So if anyone, you know, has any idea to that, or if you think the same as me, let me know in the comments below. Now, getting back into the Armin stuff. So Armin, he gets, you know, told all the details of what has happened and all that, and he finds out now that he's a Titan shifter, he has a power and all that, and he's like, why didn't you save Erwin? You know, he should have, you know, been saved instead of me. And you have Dora Levi's like, no, I didn't want to save your ass and all that. Like, that man's straight up savage. I bet he's straight up savage. And you have Armin's like, I have to carry on the legacy now of Erwin. And so he now knows that he has to take the spot that Erwin left, and he has to carry on. So very good stuff for this chapter. Very, very good stuff. Can't wait to see what is going to happen next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.